I only got one in. How many you got in over there?
They're all in. He's got them all in.
Oh, come on. He's tuning it right now with those mixture screws and just literally listening to it. I have my wideband O2 in the tailpipe, and this is pretty much how close he got it just by listening to the engine. You ready for this crate Jegs 350 power?
Sure.
Hey guys, welcome back to Legit Street Cars. My name is Alex and I'm filming this after having edited the very video you're just about to see, and I've realized that I need to give you guys a little bit of context before you begin, because as soon as Brendan and Mr. Hickey arrived to my house, we basically just hit it off. We had a really good time wrenching in the garage, and I realized that we didn't stop to explain a couple of things that you guys might want to know. So here they are. Yes, this is the same exact blind mechanic that was in the Mercedes AMG Commercial driving an AMG GTR on the salt flats. Same exact guy, and you guys are gonna know some insider information from making that commercial in this video, like how fast he really went. Yes, Mr. Hickey is totally blind. He's been blind since birth, and he is a legit mechanic. He's owned his own shop for 27 years, and I know people here in Chicago that have been getting their cars fixed by him for decades. So he has been tuning carburetors, diagnosing rough running issues and stuff like that, all by ear for his entire life, because that's all he knows. It's truly amazing. They are great people, and I had a blast making this video, so I hope you guys really enjoy this one. So that's about all you need to know about the video, but I do have a really important message for you guys that I hope really helps someone out. A few months ago, I was hacked. Someone got into my computer, changed my banking and routing information to their own for my direct deposit, and wiped out 1 full month of pay. Now, it took me 4.5 months to get that back. And in the meantime, they hacked my email, all my social media. They got my cell number. They were sending me threatening messages. It was absolutely horrible. So needless to say, I had to beef up my internet security, and I chose NordVPN to do this. So a VPN service is a virtual private network. This secures your internet traffic by encrypting it, routing it through a remote server, and changing the IP address. And this protects your data from hackers trying to steal it. NordVPN has thousands of servers all around the world. They're super fast, and they also have an Apple and Android app for mobile browsing, which are included free with your subscription. So if you use public Wi-Fi, maybe you travel a lot, or you just want to really beef up your at-home or at-work internet security, having a VPN is really important. As a cool bonus, if you ever run into a restricted website, or maybe there's a video you can't watch online because of the country you live in, you can change your computer's location with NordVPN and fix that problem real quick. And the best part is if you go to nordvpn.com/legit, you're gonna get 70% off, making this only $3.49 a month. And because you're clicking on my link, which will be in the video description box, you're gonna get 1 month totally free. So go to nordvpn.com/legit, and a big thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring this video.
Dude, I used to have an SC2.
5-speed. So this is just the winter beater, okay? This so isn't the nice car, okay?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Hello, Mr. Hickey. How are you?
All right.
Very nice to meet you, sir. Appreciate you coming out and helping.
How are you?
Very good. I'm excited to get this beast running.
Okay, and what do we got?
We got an 85 Firebird.
Okay.
It's kind of unique. You could say it's got a body kit on it.
Okay.
And some other mods, but I had to push it in yesterday. I couldn't even get it started.
Okay.
It was running so rich, and I moved it in and out of the garage after the video where I drove it.
Yeah.
I moved it in and out so many times to work on other projects. I think I fouled out the plugs. Yeah, so welcome to the garage.
All right.
I've been out here for a couple hours already, so it's nice and warm. I'm just in the middle of the trans dipstick tube seal, or grommet, that was leaking. But I already fixed the leak from the speedo cable. So I pulled out the little that little anodized aluminum cover deal.
Yeah.
Put a new O-ring in there. That's fixed.
Okay.
So figured I'd knock out these trans leaks. But let me show you guys what we're working with here. I can crank it over so you can kind of hear what's going on. The door handle broke, so I have to go in through the passenger side now.
It was like a seat belt, right?
Yeah, dude, it's a seat belt.
Oh my gosh.
Here, when I get this part, I'm gonna hop in through the seat. Oh my god. So now that the door handle broke, I'm hopping in. It's a race car.
Yeah.
It's
NASCAR,
a race car.
baby.
All right, that's actually not bad. All right, so this is what we're working with right now. Check this out. And before he would fire just a little bit. You know,
how's your oil look? You don't have fuel in the oil, do you?
I haven't been cranking it too much, but I think it has gone up a little bit.
You can smell. You can smell.
Yeah, it's just dumping fuel.
Yeah, I'd say pull the dipstick. Look at the oil.
Yeah.
Might have to change it again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so it's slightly elevated. It's brand new. Here, you want to smell it?
Oh yeah, I think you got gas in there.
Yeah, I think it's just flooding out.
You might want to change the oil. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I figured we'd have to do another oil change. I got brand new plugs, same ones that were in there. I got kind of like a carburetor top end rebuild kit. It's just a gasket kit, but it has the new floats. Because I'm wondering if maybe one of the floats or both of the floats are not set right and it's just dumping a bunch of fuel. So I got that. It came with some other parts as well. New fuel filter. We changed the oil and filter, no problem. And I don't know. Do you want to start by pulling a plug?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull a plug and see how nasty it is.
Got a socket?
Yeah. Here is a spark plug socket. Now some of these, the header tube is in the way. I had to get them from the bottom with a wrench.
Anything smaller?
For the ratchet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, try this little guy. If you can get it on there, we can get a little extension on there that might help. Yeah, is that here? I got. You can put it here. I get an extension in there so you get leverage. I had that bad boy for 20 years.
Nice. What is that? So you can put like extensions in
It's
there?
a tiny little ratchet. It's a 3/8. It's an old snap-on, but you can put different extensions on the end so you can make it however long you want.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Yeah. It's totally fouled.
Let me see that ratchet. Let me see that. That is cool.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if you could buy one.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's snap-on. I'll have to get the part number off it.
Oh, that is nasty. Oh man, that is really bad. A lot of guys in the video say this Edelbrock 4-barrel is kind of a crappy car. Everyone's like, go to a Holly, and I'm like, but it's not a race car. It's just a regular.
I don't know. I mean, everyone,
like whatever, right?
Holly, you know, everyone's got their opinion. You know, if you had a Holly, you'd have a bunch of Edelbrock guys on there going, "Oh, you should put an Edelbrock on there," you know.
Dude, can I tell you that I couldn't get these plugs from the top? I lifted the car, got them all basically from the bottom, and you're able to rock these things out of here, no problem. Wow, that is the worst one for sure.
Yeah.
It was just dumping raw fuel. It had no chance.
I'm looking for the wire on the back one.
Yeah, that one here. I can swing it here, man.
Yeah, stick the back one on.
Alright. Where'd that bad boy go? I know that back. Oh, here it is.
That Barrow is killing it right now.
Gotta get them plugs in.
How many you got?
I'm only at number 3.
Oh man.
I only got one in. How many you got in over there?
They're all in.
He's got them all in.
Oh, come on. You got the hard side.
Right?
They're only over there.
He's got away with his hands, you know.
This is one of those cars that was like an in-between phase where half the stuff is standard, half is metric. Yeah, you gotta feel this thing. The quarter panel and the rear bumper are totally one part.
Taillights are in there. They're normally like back down here, but they're up here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I feel like it goes, oh yeah.
So I mean, you can't service the body on this car.
No.
The quarter and the bumper
No,
was like,
unless you're like a body guy.
Here, check this out. This is like kind of a seam. I mean, it's not a seam, but
Supposed
that's
to
like
be.
a little dip down where they are defining the bumper.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it's got like these wings on there.
That's wild.
And then it's got no door handles.
Yeah, here. Here you go. Here's your door handle.
Yeah, it's got literally a seatbelt strap that's attached to the inside handle. And it lays outside of the car, and you just pull that. Here, I'll show you. You got your...
Yeah,
so that's your normal
too.
fender.
They molded it to the, you know, they like...
Oh my god.
Yeah, so there is no fender. It's just like a front clip.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
But
the premise is like, you paid how much for this again?
I paid $1,100 for the car, $300 for shipping, $300 for auction fees, so I got $1,700 into the car.
It's not bad.
I thought it was going to need a motor, but I got it running. I think the motor's fine. It's just dumping fuel. All right, so we're going to replace the inline fuel filter. Who knows how old this thing is, but what's nice is you can see if there's fuel going through it.
Yeah.
So when I got it, it was obviously like bone dry. So I just got a universal, I think it's a 3/8 barb fitting at each end. I'm hoping it looks, you know,
got rubber hose.
Yeah, it's just rubber hose. Yeah, it looks to be the same. All right, looks to be the right size. That's a good start. Not too bad. That's not too dirty. So I put 5 gallons of fresh fuel in the tank, by the way.
Okay.
So it was totally low. I just got brought my 5 gallon to the gas station, filled her up. Fuel filter is done. Plugs are done. All right, so up next we are going to take the top portion of the carburetor off. We're going to inspect the float bowls, make sure that they're not in a position that would allow too much fuel to be dumping in, and just basically want to verify we don't have any, dirt, debris, anything, built up, varnish. Who knows how long this thing has been sitting. And this is pretty easy. We got a couple linkages and then just a few of these T25 torque. This whole top half will come right off. All right, here we go. Yeah. Yep. Oh, hold on, we got one more. Oh no, that one. Okay, there we go. All right. There are the floats. Right off the bat. This one. Oh, there we go. Well, it's kind of stuck up. I mean, could have just been the angle.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically we can measure. I gotta say though, the level's not. They're not the same. They're not the same at all.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like this one is much higher than this one, so we want to set these identical to each other. You can see the level. Like there's more fuel in this one than there is in this one, and that's what that float's setting. Look at the sediment buildup. Right in there, it looks like it's straight up like sand.
This is where we had our issues of clogging, was right in here.
Okay. Did they give us new ones?
I believe they might have, if not, yeah. If not, they clean right out.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
see?
Look at that.
I mean, not that if you're dumping fuel, you know what I mean? Your problem's too much fuel, but I mean, it's still, you don't want that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we're taking this apart. Wow.
And that's exactly, so on his Dart, we need to get like a, obviously we have the 392 we're putting in there. Stay tuned. So obviously we're putting the 392 in.
Plug the YouTube channel. I know you guys don't have any videos. What's it called?
The Life of Bat.
The Life of Bat.
And then on Instagram, someone took the Life of Bat, but it's just Life of Bat. Yeah, I know. So
cool.
Yeah, been working on it for a while. The website. He's stuck in the Stone Age over here. So we finally got a TV.
And that's why we're working on carburetors right now, right?
Yeah. In 2018, I got a call from a German filmmaker, and he's always like, he heard the idea of my dad driving his Dart, and he just latched onto the idea of my dad driving. It was a 2019 AMG GTR.
Right. And it was green.
Yeah, it was that
color.
Yeah, that green.
So wait, how fast did you guys really go? I like in the video.
They say at the end, they say above. I think I calculated the kilometers out. It's like above 125.
Okay,
or something
I didn't
like
know
that.
you could say that.
He hit 138 that day. I have like a video of it. It's not really good quality. Like, I'm still learning all this YouTube.
138?
Yeah, 138. Out in the middle of the nowhere.
That's
in
awesome.
Oregon.
In Oregon, yeah.
Lake.
Alvord Lake, yeah.
Alvord Lake.
What'd you think of that Mercedes, Mr.
I thought it was great.
That's pretty much how I started my channel. I work on a lot of Mercedes. I was a tech for 10 years.
I just always thought the salt flats would be a good place for a blind guy to drive. They wouldn't let us go to the salt flats. They said you had to have a driver's license.
We found out that Salt Flats, the Department Bureau of Land Management, that office said no. He needs to have a license. Like, understandably, they're really strict about safety out in Bonneville. Whereas Alvord, their Bureau of Land Management was like, go for it. Like, let the blind guy drive.
Seriously, what can you, there's nothing you could possibly do.
Right. Exactly.
You can't hit anything. We got a pretty decent buildup of crud on the inside here. So we're gonna clean all that out. Do this side as well. Oh yeah. So look at that. Pretty nice. So we basically adjust them to be a little bit too high. And this is 7/16 drill bit. You place under there is a measurement tool. And as soon as it barely touches, we know it's perfect. And these things were both way off. So I think we were dumping just a ton of fuel, at least on one side. And that is absolutely perfect right there. Brennan's doing the other one. We should be good to go. All right, guys, we had to reuse the old float bowls because the tabs here were soldered on in a different location. We were having a hard time adjusting it. But either way, these floats look to be in good shape. They were just not adjusted properly at all. So all you do here is use a 7/16 drill bit, and it's just got to barely clear in the very front there. And then when you flip it over this way, we have to have about an inch from the gasket to the very top. So we are dead perfect here on both sides. They're identical. So this thing is ready to go back on the car, and then we're gonna clean out some other stuff, make some adjustments, and hopefully get this thing to run awesome. And Bart is gonna be helping us quite a bit with the tuning side of this once we get it all together. All right, so before we put on the top of the carb, the guys here are taking out the mixture screws, and we're gonna blow some air in those circuits right there and make sure there's not any crud. I don't really see too much in there. How are the needles? How do they feel?
Pretty clean.
Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. What do you got?
Yeah, that's clean.
So let's just blow that out. All right, cool. Go all the way in, quarter turn out, kind of a good starting point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't want them all the way in. It won't run.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. All right. That'll rock faces forward. Here we go. That drops in there.
There you go.
All right, let's hook up some linkage. Should be good. So to fill the oil on this engine, it's so dumb. They put these shiny aftermarket valve covers on. There is no fill hole, really. So you got to take out the PCV valve and the grommet.
Wait a minute. Hang on. What about this breather tube? No?
Dude, it's worse. It's got the same baffle as this side, and you can't even get in there because of all the hoses.
All the hoses, okay.
And then, well, here, I'm gonna put my. Let's just say
This is
you can't have the shakes at all with this. I mean, but it'll take me literally 5 minutes of this, maybe more, just to pour the oil in so it doesn't spill all over the place.
11 minutes later.
How about the weather?
Yeah, seriously.
What do you do for all this time?
It's horrible.
Contemplate life.
No, you can't
you
open
gotta
the. You gotta climb in, dude. It's
You gotta-
it's a
you
race
gotta-
car. The door handle is totally broken.
This is a race car. Okay?
All right, so at this point we have new oil and filter, new fuel filter, new plugs. The float bowls have been corrected to level. I think we're ready to go. That's about it, right? Yeah. So right now these idle mixture screws are turned all the way in and then backed out about a half. We got our timing light set up, so we're gonna fire it up. Mr. Hickey is going to mess around with those screws. We're gonna try and get this thing to run right, and hopefully it starts. So let's go for it.
All right.
Whenever you're ready. Was the idle just way high with the screw?
Well, probably because of the choke.
Yeah. But now the choke's open, so that's good. We got the choke open right there, that's good. And right now he's turning the mixture screws, so we want to get it to run kind of lean, bridging it up a little bit. I gotta say, it's already running way better than it was before. That is amazing. You can kind of tune this carburetor just by listening to it. That is crazy. Guys, this thing is already running so much better before. He's tuning it right now with those mixture screws and just literally listening to it. No stumble, no nothing. This is great. The smoke is really cleared up, so it was just, you know, it's probably all the old fuel that was in there, but now it's kind of clean. smelling a lot better. We're at like about almost 1,000 RPM idle right now. I got a digital timing light hooked up right now.
Yeah.
So we're at like 950, 975. Plug it? Oh, wait, no. But, yeah, it's all off.
Alright, so you got constant vacuum. You don't want constant vacuum.
Take this.
Oh, so they hooked up the port wrong.
And you're losing vacuum right here.
Oh, okay.
There should be a port here, I think.
Let's see.
But
You're right. We want ported vacuum, so when we get into the throttle, that's the only time it's pulling vacuum on the vacuum advance on the distributor. So he's going to switch this line. Yeah, that's full time. That's engine vacuum, right?
Yeah, it's constant.
That's ported, so when you hit the throttle, that'll have vacuum at that point.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we fixed that problem. How's the timing look? Running?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I know that bark could be a little cleaner. It sounds awesome already, though. Look at this, no more black smoke. That was the trail from the last video. And there's absolutely nothing now. It is running clean. All right, guys, check this out. I have my wideband O2 in the tailpipe, and this is pretty much how close he got it just by listening to the engine. So there we go. Now Brendan is up there. Brendan is up there just fine-tuning right now. That's good, dude. Right there, 14.7. That's good. That's good. That's perfect.
Right there?
Yeah, well, a little bit. We're at 14.4, whatever. I mean, for a carbureted engine, that is mint. You want to lean it out just a tad, and we'll have this. And this thing's going to be a low emissions Honda, basically, at this point. This is awesome. So tuning with the wideband is fantastic. I used to do this a little bit with my 68 big block Camaro, and I got it to run at 14.7 and idle perfectly. That's good, man. I think that's pretty decent. He's leaning it up just a little bit more. Dude, whatever you did right there is great.
Right there?
Literally 14.6, 14.7. Dude, that is awesome, man. Good job, guys. This is sweet. We got time. You guys all want to pile in this beast? Let's go around the block.
Let's go, yeah.
Mr. Hickey, you down for going for a cruise in this thing or what?
yeah, sure.
We got a little bit of time left. See what she's got? All right. I would just set the timing with your ear, to be honest with you. It was just about as accurate as this thing. Where are we at now?
How's that?
That is, I think, about 15 degrees. Maybe go a little bit more retarded.
Try it there. Try
Yeah, I like it.
I like it right there.
I like it right there.
Right there.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's lock it down. All right, we checked the trans fluid. Everything is A-OK. This thing fires up like a champ. It is fantastic. Now, Mr. Hickey, let me show you the most sophisticated door handle you've ever seen in your life. Here you go. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Now you just pull on that bad boy. Yeah, see? Okay. It's very intuitive.
Back?
No, he's in the front. You gotta feel this beast. Ah, there. I don't even know how these seats work. It's got some eBay special racing seats in there for you. Actually, they're pretty sweet. I don't care where they come from. They're nice.
I like them, dude.
They're very bolstery, you know. All right, you guys want to go for a road trip or what? It's comfortable. All right, so before I had to crank this thing for minutes to get it to go. Let's see. Look at that idle. Is perfect, man. Just rock solid. Okay, got the B&M shifter, and we're off. So other than that AMG that you drove, what's the fastest car you've ever been in?
No, I don't know. hopefully my Dart or my brother's Camaros or.
Do you think that Mercedes was the fastest to date though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, are you ready for this crate Jegs 350 power?
Sure.
With about, I'd say 1,000 pounds of Bondo. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way this thing doesn't have 1,000 pounds of Bondo on it.
Good old Bondo bucket.
Yeah.
All right.
But man, it's running nice.
All right. It's good.
Ooh, little clunk there. So we got the check engine light on, guys. In the last video I was joking, I said we should scan that thing, but this car doesn't have any of the electronics really from 1985. So that's why that light's on. It's probably got every code in the book, right?
Oh, sure.
It's got a nice shift.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice. When you tune carburetors and cars with distributors and stuff, do you ever really have anyone check the timing itself, or do you basically just do it all by ear?
I do it by ear, but I'd rather have somebody put a light on it and see where we are.
Right,
you know.
right. I think in this case, what did we end up running, about 10 degrees or something advanced?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
So we got this 5. Oh yeah. So this is definitely a pretty mild, stockish 350. Doesn't feel like anything too fast, so I would say probably maybe like a 300 horsepower or something like that, very standard. Doesn't sound like it's got too choppy of a cam or anything like that. It's a nice smooth runner, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. See if this thing's got any kind of kick down at all. Oh man, I gotta say it's pretty weak. You know what I think though? I think the cat might be clogged a little bit.
Yeah, it could be.
It looks like
running so rich.
It looks like the original cat on this thing, and it just kind of feels totally choked up on the exhaust. What is it? Oh, is that my flap?
It's your flap.
It's flapping in the wind.
It's your door handle.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Check this out. We have wipers. Honestly, I got to touch anything else on here. Look at this, just takes right off. Shift's perfect. The steering is good. The alignment's pretty decent.
There you go.
And
sell it.
all right, so hang on. No, I'm not selling. I'm gonna bring it to your car show. When's your next car show at the shop?
Hopefully June.
June.
We'll let you know.
Yeah. So these guys are on the south side of Chicago. I'll leave all their info down below. How long you guys been in business?
27th year in Allsip.
Nice.
11501 Ridgeland.
Right,
It all started out of Grandma's garage.
Yeah.
So humble beginnings.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Their information will be down below if you guys are in Chicago, need something fixed on your car. All right, guys, that'll do it for today's video. The Firebird is running like a top thanks to these guys. So excited to have this thing on the road, running, driving perfectly, and tuned by ear. So big thanks to you guys. Check out their information down below. Thank you very much, Bart. Appreciate everything. The knowledge, doing that side of the spark plugs was a big help.
Yeah, he's pretty quick, man.
I can't believe you did that from the top.
He was fast.
So, Brendan, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I will link their YouTube channel down below as well. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, have an awesome day. I'll catch all of you in the next video.